assistant principal at Kreiser Elementary School. And Mrs. Porterfield asked me if I would talk to you a little bit about who I am, what I do, and basically give you some things so in case you wanted to interview me, you could look and listen to this and you wouldn't have to come into the office. My name, as I said, is Angela Clevinger. I was born in 1975. My birthday is January the 16th, in case anybody wants to give me presents. So, I taught elementary school, or have taught elementary school for 20 years. And I went to school. I was the first one in my family to go to college, and I went to school starting in 1993 and graduated the first time in 1997 and got the degree to teach K-5 and promptly began teaching my first year in Floyd County as a second grade half-day second grade English teacher, teaching reading and writing and all of those things that go with that. And then I was half-day special education teacher and helped students who had individual education plans meet their educational goals. After teaching for about 15 years, I went back to college and got my master's in reading and became a reading specialist. And in Pulaski County, they don't have a job really for reading specialists, but reading specialists are the people that help children who are having difficulty to read, and they help their teachers come up with a plan to help children to read, and then they monitor their progress, and they're kind of what I call a doctor of reading. They doctor up a child who's having difficulty with reading. I was perfectly happy with that degree and did very well. And then about 2 years ago, I thought, you know, I've seen some really good leaders, and I think maybe I'll go into educational leadership. And I went on ahead and took my classes and graduated in May. Well, I decided that I didn't really want to leave Pulaski County, so I was going to give myself 1 year to try to find a job in Pulaski County. And I went to one interview, and I didn't get it, but I learned a lot. Just because I wasn't successful, I learned a whole lot about how to do an interview and how to answer the questions. And basically an interview, just like this, is a place where you try to show people your very best. And for whatever reason, it was not meant to be that I become assistant principal at that one school that I tried. Well, over the summer and really close to the end of the summer, like I had already bought things to decorate my classroom, and I was already planning what I was going to teach, and I was getting excited about the units because I absolutely love teaching. I absolutely love children. So I thought, well, I'm going to teach school another year at least, and I was not upset about that. But then I heard that there was a position opening as assistant principal here at this school, and I love this school. I feel like I'm meant to be at this school. I love the children here. I love the community. I love the faculty. I think that we have wonderful things going on at Kreiser Elementary School, and I think the students that get to be students here are lucky. And so I went to that interview, and I told the truth and answered all the questions, I feel like in a very good way. Must have done fairly well. And they called me back and offered me the job, and I said yes. So I like being assistant principal. It makes me sad when students have to come into my office because they've made some bad choices, but that doesn't make them bad students. It just means they need help in making better choices. And now's the time to figure out, when you're in elementary school, is the time to figure out how to make good choices, because when you grow up and don't make good choices, there's a lot of ugly consequences to that. And instead of seeing an assistant principal, perhaps you see a police officer. And we don't want that for any of our Chrysler Elementary School students' future. We want our students, we help prepare students, the teachers, myself, Miss Williams, the office staff, Miss Porfield, Miss Pratt, Miss Armentrout, everybody that you come in contact with, Miss Jones in the cafeteria, everyone. That we are all dedicated to ensuring that our students go through life and become the best citizens possible, and be active contributing and positive people in our community, and even have go on to have good relationships with people, good friendships, good marriages. And so all of that, believe it or not, all of that you're learning right now in elementary school. Isn't that amazing? I got involved in education because of a 5th grade teacher who changed my life and told me that I could go to college and I could become somebody. I had no idea how college worked. In fact, didn't really understand high school because, like I said, I was the first one in my family to go to college, and I was the first one in my immediate family to graduate high school. So the future is so bright when you use education to help yourself become a better person. And I have done that throughout my life, and I love that. I wanted to show you a couple of things in my office, because I hope I hope that people will get to come down and see me because they're having an awesome day, because I have prepared for awesome days. I have little centers in my room. You can play with blocks, and you can play with Mr. Potato Head. Let me show you what I mean. Here's Mr. Potato Head box that I have, and I have Darth Tater. Look. Oh, let me see. There it is. And I have a prize box. And then I have some paintings that I did. This one right here, my daughter did. And this one right here, I painted. It's my first one that I've painted freehand. I was pretty proud. When I got that degree to become a reader, my husband's mother bought me this picture. And I like it because it's an old lady. One day I hope I'll look like that. It won't be long. I'm getting ready to go gray. But she's reading to all of the little forest animals, and I think that's wonderful. And then I have a poster board here that talks about this is why we do it. And these are pictures of my family. And you'll see here's a picture of some school family that I have. Oh, and one of my bulletin boards has fallen down. The walls here don't hold things. And then here's the last class that I taught here. And I've kept all the things that show they're thankful. And then there's something in my office that you get. It's called a diploma. And you can get it in high school if you finish, and you should finish. Everybody should finish high school. You can't hardly do anything if you don't finish high school. So that make that number one goal. But then make your second goal going to college and getting a degree. Because right here is my degree that says that I am qualified to be your assistant principal. I hope that this is something that you can use to write about. My favorite color is green, in case anybody's wondering about my favorite color. My favorite food is escargot. It's the first time I ever tried it was a couple of years ago, and I'll let Miss Porfield tell you what escargot is. And I don't have anything. Oh, I have 2 cats. I love cat stuff, so anything with cat on it, I love it. I have a cat named Frodo, and a cat named Dobby. And here's a picture of Dobby. Hold on, let me see if I can get you in there. Did you see him? There he is. I don't know if you saw him or not. Well, I'm going to let you go because today is Labor Day and I'm not supposed to be working, but I am. And that's fine because everything I do helps make the school run better and helps children learn. So I will see you later. If you see me in the hall, say, "Hi, Miss Clevinger," and I'll say, "Hi." But we have to be quiet. We have to do it like really quiet because it's 0 in the hall. See you later. Thank you.